Alright. Testing. That works, fucking hell. Settings. Music. Nope, not that. This. All right. A little lower. Let's show ambient. Okay. We're good at this. I still need to do transitions actually. Alright, so I fixed the problem where everything was in molasses on this map. It was a weird problem. Anyway, today I'm not gonna work on the map I was doing previously because for some reason I wasn't getting into it really. Maybe also in combination with the stream. And instead what I'm going to do here, it's just quickly for the next 3-4 hours or so, is trying to make something very difficult for me, which is a simple map. So I'm going to try and reduce everything to its base elements and find the minimal possible map that we can make and still feel right or be correct. I'm just going to see, I've got my stream things here. There we go. And I'll do my activity feed. All right, got that. The dashboard. Okay. So the important bit is first we need to do some research. And in the end, because I think I'm going to just be streaming when I'm working on things. Regardless of what I feel like at the time. So we've got, this is a bit better, right? Ah, that's weird. I feel like it's doing it again. Interesting. So can I fix this? I want to see here. It would be really funny if it broke again. Because it had to do... Weird. Might just make a new map if this is the case. This feels correct. Maybe it's because of the reduced frame or something. Yeah. Okay. Mm. That looks... feels okay. Yeah, regardless. Now I wanna put it back to DM. Yeah, I'll put it on DM because something's going on, but this feels correct, more correct anyway. Yeah, it is not floating. Right, so I'm going to... Don't need to see this, don't have to use my precious 4 graphics card. At 70%. It's a lot of GPU going on. I'm not going to use this appliance, see if that frees up some. Okay. Okay. So, this is what I'm still calling Blood Run. I really shouldn't. I should find a new name. I'll probably make a Latin pun on this. But this is, of course, visually a lot. We have a nice little room. It might be too big or it might not be big enough. The idea is that I'm going to try and make a map that is much simpler. Probably also, well, simpler doesn't mean smaller, of course. There's a lot of nooks and crannies here. And the problem, or at least the thing we're trying to figure out is if you look at this and then imagine it textured and not blocked, it's a lot visually. This room is a lot visually. You have that area there, which has also got these things going, the Quake things that I like to do. I'm going to try and restrain myself and make a more minimalist map. I mean, if you're looking here as well, this, again, is visually a lot. So, and I actually still have a straight corner, oh my god. So there's a lot going on here as well. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, a couple of platforms and everything. So can we get away with not having the bits and bobs and still have it be a good map? Because there's a lot of avenues, should I say. Here, this is simple, right? This is, I don't know what's, I need to redo the lighting here because there's strangeness happening with the lighting, but that's because it's all preview. I think there's just a lamp embedded there. Anyway, so these little nooks and crannies happen when you take Quake as a reference, right? These little bumps. And they can actually be non-trivial. But yeah, so there you go. There's things you can do with those little bumps, but really, who cares? If you just replace, see, this is fine, like a little half step. Here again, there's a lot. You can go there, you can go there and there, you can go there and there, even though it's the same thing, but visually, that's nothing, that's a pillar there. There's a lot going on. So I agree with the feedback. I understand it, because this was never supposed to be an entry-level map, right? These little half steps here. It's never meant to be a half... this is meant to be a map for endgame. This is where we try to figure out the good and the bad of the movement. And try to figure out what can be broken and what not. But of course, I also need those low-level and intermediate maps and not immediately end up here. Because what I'm trying to do is make end-stage Quake maps that were only used for competition that you needed a special download for, etc. Things like Curse or something, right? Or even Lost World, should I say, and things like that. We don't need to... We can have the knowledge of that. but we don't have to start there for the players, right? So simpler. This was actually a copy. This, I believe, is then the already simplified version of Blood Run. This is the one we made. But here, and it's good that even though not a lot of viewers yet, the VOD will be on YouTube, and of course, this is me rubber ducking myself a little bit. So this is then the second form of Blood Run, which I really should name something else, where I simplified some of these things. So if you're going around this corner, I cleaned this up, I made this a pit. This is still very much the same, but those half steps are gone. Still a little bit of a platform there, so I simplified it by a lot. But I also, in that simplicity, made more corridors. I made this half level here. Little sneaky pass. Go up here as well. I also closed off some of these corridors, so you don't see there anymore. So this is the corner. And this is now an open platform. You are immediately less overwhelmed by the choices. You can go there, or you can go there, right? There's still a little bit of a drop, but that's all the same thing, going the same directions. There's a little bit of a escape route here. The half steps are gone. This is now just an on-ramp. This thing as well. And some of the esoteric nonsense, Quake nonsense is gone. So this is a good step in the right direction. There we go. Put this pill in here because line of sight blocking is going to be a thing. Voila. But still, a lot going on, a lot of corners, a lot of decisions, which, if you're doing it properly, or no, not even that, if you allow the map to take you somewhere, it will. And a lot of these things will be automatic, even if you're not consciously thinking about it, it will link up with where you want to go or give you options while you're going there. An example that if you stick to here, you go here, and if you just go in a straight line, you'll bump into this. So you can very easily route around this map. If you go around there, you immediately end up in the middle of this, adjust, and you'll come up here. So there is a natural loop that's very important. Even if you just keep pressing forward like a fucking Trackmania map, you will actually go somewhere and you won't be stopped. Sometimes it'll be a boring, samey route because now we're again going in here. But that's the point, right? That even if you're just pressing forward, you'll go somewhere. And very naturally, unless you do that, chain a route. So that's the plan, and that's what we want to try and create. There was already an attempt. This map. Drop in here. That nozzle, that one as well. I sort of succumbed to quakiness here and there. So this got an outside perimeter that then breaks off. And this should still have a corner actually. There's a pit at the bottom. There's just a big tub. And There we go. So the outside wall is a large one going here. So I do break off here, huh? It either loops back. So it isn't a full circle, and I think that's important because then otherwise you can just go for ridiculous speed with no cost or consequence. So you shouldn't do that. The ground as well is a little forbidding, should I say? Yeah. So you shouldn't be there long. You should be on the walls. And this is a problem. This should be a... hang on. We should just do that, shan't we? Let's take this one. Wrong one. Okay. Been a while. That's fine. So now we can go there. Perfect. Yeah, so more simple maps, more things, more proof of concepts. I do want some fall throughs, and so we're going to be concentrating some of that today to get back on the horse after the holidays and the video I made. And then of course we have this tiny thing, which again, is it got collision even? Yeah, it does. So this is an old map of mine. This is from the game Wrecked. A little bit of vertigo, maybe? Ooh. And it's missing a panel. But I ported this from the old game. The UVs did not survive. But it was... This is the game that had wall running, which got reported. And yeah, the textures are screwed. This scale is a lot smaller. Very small indeed. Like, that's the distance for a rocket. Or for a disc, should I say. Oh god. This might... And this was like... Yeah, this... gone. I think our characters were a little smaller because this is where I sort of showcased. I have a video where I showcase the movement and it's like boinky boinky. This is, I think this is 100. This has to be like no more than 200. You can't, you still stick to the walls here, but damn. We played on this, but the thing is, it didn't have a jetpack, it didn't have skiing, so you did have momentum, but it was much more punishing. Go on. We played some matches on this even. Yeah, the scale is completely different. Anyway. This is a bit... Hello? Yeah, this is a bit different. Yeah. So, inception of all maps starts. Deselecting. Make a box. The base box, I don't want to be too big. But what's 6,000 look like? Compared to this. From primary areas, yeah. It's fine. I have an idea. That's much. That's too much, so let's do 8 maybe. That's still too much. Yeah, let's start with a cube, see what happens. Sorry, I'm still setting up streaming things. Okay, box. I'll begin with box. I'll hail the box. Let's put the box a little bit over there. Okay. Perfect. So, we accept the box for what it is. Are you in my sun, Phobos? Get the fuck out. There we go. Then I also need to grab one thing. And one thing only. For this is the only curve I'm using in gray boxing. Unless this might be some other things. But we'll see. Box is what we have. Right. Interesting. And yeah, now I just have to align everything, which this isn't. Really? Why are you the way you are? That should be good. Still not. Why? You make me sad. It is correct. Oh, is it the Z that isn't correct? Love how the foliage still shows up. Yeah. There you go. Everything's fine. Might as well link. Go. Wink. Sorry about that. Still learning to do the stream thing. All right, so what I want to do. So this is 6,000. Let's take 1,000. 6. I want 3, so 2,000. Now let's do box 4. Doesn't have to be exact, nobody cares about exact, but still we need to have an idea. So So this, and then we have 19. And then we have the rest, which is 2000. Let's do 4. Because we're going to be really literal about 3 levels of height. We want a top floor, we want a middle floor, and we want the place where the newbies end up. And we're going to do the literal definition. So I've made a document as well for streaming purposes. For team purposes, to like really button down the philosophy of what makes a map like this work. Because again, the most dangerous thing in mapping a game with wall riding is that every wall becomes an incredibly complex surface. Because you can do so many things there. So what we want to do is we want to connect 3 to 1 and then connect the others in between. Doesn't always have to be every side, but you need to be able to get there, but it needs to remain simple. The easiest way to do this, in the way how Quake sort of cheats with that, is to put a teleporter here and go there. But we're not going to do that because we're going to make you work for it. So the top needs to be the easiest. The bottom needs to be the easiest to access, or at least to remove yourself from it. And the middle is where the important things are. Now, of course, not all of this is going to remain a stupid cube, because we are making a map here. But let's first start. Let's keep 400, or maybe 600. Yeah, my music stopped again. Incredible. Keep 400 for the walls. I think we want to keep 400 for the walls. Okay. So we'll put this. Yeah. That's 400 for the walls. Means we can hollow this out a little bit. Let's go down 4, 8, 4. And we're almost there. Then we're going to half this, because I do want to half step this. So what we have here, we have 52. I'm going to take out my calculator because I make no illusions, or my math is really bad. My math, I have to do it by heart. I am effectively incapable, and I have other skills. So divided by 4, 13. Let's call it 12 then. Because I do want to keep with that kind of thing, so. Right, but that's not what I wanted to do, right? Sometimes I do random math and then I use it as an excuse to do a thing I wanted to do. There we go. That's 6 and that's 6, so that would be good enough. So let's bring that back up. 1, 2. That's fine. Yeah. This is how we force three different levels as well. That means this guy needs to go down. Okay. This is the basis of every map I make. This equation. Like, one up, one down, two remain the same, and then you grab this one, you grab that one. Ta-da! And accept this for a moment and save it, because if I don't press accept, the autosave doesn't work. Because you're modeling, basically. So it locks it. Alright. Be back. So this would be the top level. That's sort of... because we're already breaking rules we've made a couple of minutes ago, which is fun. So this is the bottom. This would be the lowest point, which... yeah, is about at the middle part, right? Okay. So ideally, we also have a trench that goes down, but it wouldn't be fun if that was at the bottom bit. Let's do that in this. Let's also not do it at the walls, because that's stupid. 400 by 400. Leave that here. Do 12 and 12. And okay. Yes. Okay. No, let's go all the way here. So I'm making the rules of the map now, only for them to be broken later, right? That's how we do things. Absolutely no consequences. There we go. If we do more here, is it really? So we're already making corrections. It's this. Oh no, it's correct. Okay. One more. There we go. Yes. But we want to make things simple. Again, this is more an act of desperation. I want to make simple things. Okay, so this goes in there. This is already a complex room, which is hateful. My Wi-Fi 7 router came at the cost of random outages and slowness. Oh, wonderful. Absolutely beautiful. Actually, I do want to... There we go. That's from the Discord. Yeah. Okay. I've got the middle screen as my streaming screen. I don't want to move things around. So I'll have to just check periodically if people ping me. Anyway. Okay. This top, we do want the ceiling on this. For now, I'll just do... Did I say 2006? I'll just do that for now, because I don't want to lose the natural light, because if I close it off completely, then I won't have light inside. I'll have to put lamps everywhere. We don't want to do that while we're gray boxing. But yeah, so this is, again, interesting enough. This thing goes over there, blockades that a little bit. We don't want this to go there. We do want the second level to connect to that. Okay. And then... because I also want it to move out a little bit. I just want to see what the scaling of this feels like. Just gonna put... this is... do 6 as well. So if we do 6 divided by... no. Do 6 times... so 13 isn't good enough. 13... if we take 13... we'll take 12. Right. And we'll put that thing here and put like 800. It's gonna fuck with that a little bit, so that's fine. Grab this. Do it this way. No. 800. 800. We didn't see that. Except this is the fun thing about the chaos of map design is you start with a little bit of an idea and then close the modeling panel so things are a little bit smaller. Yeah, see, for me, this is too big. It's far too big. So now we have pits. That's fine. By the way, as you can see, you don't need straight corners. The only thing with straight corners is then you have to actively jump. So if you put the curves in, you don't have to actively jump, so it becomes a lot easier. But there's really anyone with a little bit of FPS experience will be able to corner quite easily with just a little jet. It's just that having those curves and having it become, well, happen automatically is just, we have to do that. Okay, so this is too big. This is far too big. So we have to close it off. So I've been using, like, this is like, what is this? And 2000 by 2000. Biggest step I'd like to make, so I go from 400 to 800 to 12 to maybe 16. A room should never be bigger than, at least for indoors, 2000 is going into outdoor territory. right? So with a featureless area like this, you're stuck to the walls, can't do anything else, so that's a bad thing. So sanity check on that one. So what we're going to do is just close this space. Actually, might keep that area. So 2016. Okay. Go. And maybe close this off as well. At least 400. We start with 400 and then we see what happens, right? So this as well. This I'm already going to close in a little bit more. Okay. No, we're not gonna do this. Almost myself. This is big enough already. Should actually still be divided probably. So we can do that. But then we started getting into more complex things, right? And we are making it a complex thing. So what we have here is 14, 7, 6. So if we do 6, 2 here, we still have 6 there. What is that going to do for us? So we give 2 choices, but in reality we only give 1 because, as you'll see, let's say we make a wall and we take maybe 600 again. Because if you're going here, you are never, unless we give you the option. Yeah, it has to be like that. So this is a small corridor. You can either go around this corner and take this road, or you jump off and go this way, right? That's simple enough. But then we start, this is not, because the visual part of it is for a large part aesthetic. The mechanical part of it is then suddenly, well, the visual becomes non-trivial to the mechanical. So if I'm on here, doing wall riding things, yeah, that's I don't think I can make that one. Oh, oh no, I'm in a giant pit. Not even pressing buttons. All right, so let's go up there. We are all doing things. All right, let's see how. Yeah, this one, that side is easy. And this, all right. Is that acceptable? I don't know, I can change it later. But what we have done, which is the important bit, is significantly reduced the space. Not that much surface area is gone. If you go up, you get it back again, but you can even hug the wall in order to prevent people from shooting them, so that's fine. We might make this a bit bigger. I might just connect that wall up there, then make it a platform. All right, click. And then disconnect it. There we go. so it's too soon for this. I shouldn't be doing this, but fuck it. Fine. There you go. Look, it looks like a Quake map now. Now we have a bump. I don't like having those bumps over there. But, yeah. That's how quick you make a Quake map. You just take a corner and do this with it. Suddenly. That's all it ever was, guys. That's all it ever was. Okay. So now this becomes a thing that's also becoming a thing. Because, again, like, the complexity of it is so quick. Because now I have a potential dead area here. I have a dead stop. So you want to close this in, right? Or you can give a point of view over there. Yeah. Okay, less micro, more macro. All right, so we still have the drop here. It's fine. Comes in here. This does provide a complex area now. Either that side, you can also go from this side, bump into here, go that way, or jump, go there, right? Great. There should be something important here at least. Here as well. Okay. So where do we find ourselves? So this is the bottom of the map. And it should be, it's over here, so it definitely goes over here. And needs to provide an easy way to move up again, at least to the second level. So let's mark the second level. Where's my marker? There's my marker. Definitely second level. So you're definitely over here. And we're definitely... I think we are going to break the sanctity of the cube, everyone. So, grab this 12 at least. One, two, three, four, 5. Yes, because then it intersects with the pit. That still goes on a little bit more. It's not exact. That's fine. Yeah, we can do 2, that's fine. Ignore that for a moment. Aha! So that's already over there, right? So that makes it very interesting. Okay. And then just open up that. And then here we have the newbie pit. Let's give him 400. So 400 we're not gonna mess with. Okay. Yeah, let's put that back to 4. And we're not gonna break the sanctity of the cube here. We're gonna take 400 here as well. And 400 here. Okay. This 15 is too much, so we'll take 6, 12 again. There we go. And then 400 and close this up. Use. On this case, however, so we want it to fall that way. $800. Okay, I don't think we need this. My grid is falling apart, I'm scared. Let me half. Yeah. No, still want half of this. 16 is 800. Want to start there. Oh, wild again. Okay. This is definitely the pit, but we want to go up half. Yeah. Let's take 400. And do 1, 2, 12. Keep 4. Then we come up here. Yeah, that connects. Maybe don't want to go that far. Screwing myself a little bit with this. So now we have that. I'll have that. I'll have that. Now, the perspective. This opening up to that. And basically being a fall through in different areas. That's what we want, kind of. This opens up in here. I feel like we want a second drop. And a connector. So we have this guy. Then we have here, but that's not doing anything yet. So what happens if we take 12 here? 18? Sure. And bring that down. And where does that intersect? Quite a few places already. It intersects here. Good. Yeah, fuck it. This we want to get rid of. Okay. So this goes with that, this goes with that. Is blocked out of this. However, the lower part. Why do I keep doing this? The reason for it? Well, no. Okay. This is fine, and go here. And I can drop here. Maybe this thing doesn't go all the way down. Maybe it stops. I think that's better. And this goes the extra mile. Yeah. Okay. Let's run around, see what happens. So, we are at the top. It can be a little thin. That's fine. Because we are at the very top of it, so thinning it out, make it... Yeah. You have an overview. Quite a bit. But it is small-ish. Unless you do things here, that's fine. So, yeah. Okay. Drop down. This needs to, now if I extend it, then that's a problem. This is the open part. Does it need to be more than this? I don't know. Do I want to go somewhere else? Maybe half down. Definitely want to drop this down, maybe. So this opens up, well... There's nothing happening here. Maybe I extend this out. And I can still go out there. Because now everything is vertical. We haven't done the horizontal movement yet. Here, we then go back up here. This thing is basically just a drop to the top. This is the bottom. Again, like, you can navigate this without the curves, but it is a bit more laborious. That's where we'll end up. Right? In the way. It's good. Doesn't matter. Do I want the side corridor? I don't think I want to. I want a little bit of space. Don't like this. Nobody saw a thing. Anyway, so this is closed off, that's fine. This isn't, that goes in there and that goes there. This is too much of a jump. So we do need some changes made. This is fine. This can be facilitated. That 200? 300. Let's make it 2. That's too much. So now that's 200 difference. Enough to break line of sight. Okay. This is a bit awkward. Probably want to do this. That's a bit more. It's still. That's still 300. I want 400. At least. I'm gonna make it 6. So. Oh, that's 4. Ah, that's all it had. Great. Another 4 here. So there's a bit of a corner. That doesn't matter. Now this is 600. That's big enough for the cornering here. Okay, so this is a bit of a drop. This goes there. We've lost a little bit of the feeling. Yeah, that's fine. All the way down. Half the way down. Lots of airspace. Okay. Not what I intended to do here, because I wanted to... This is the big drop. I wanted to connect to the medium drop. This guy. Maybe it would be funny. Hilarious even. If the medium drop area connected. So if we go around the back here, what mayhem will incur. Don't want to do it over there, because that's already got a thing. Unless... because this is already that drop. I want to go by the other side, so... logistically improbable. Still have a drop here. And goes there. So if we have a half step here. Say. Where do we end up? Oh, except here. And then go here. Because the idea is to have very obvious travel routes. Very obvious travel routes. I think this might be one. We'll reduce it in size somewhat. That's a bit much. Then we can cut this open. Okay. Like so. So then this goes into a pit, goes into the here, goes into there, and things happen here. And this is the lowest point. Then this, being the lowest point, should reconnect back up. Probably do it through here. Uh, 2000. That. Bump that up so we have room for activities. Let's accept. I'll save this for a moment. Close this up. keep it simple. As much as we can. Don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I want to keep I don't want to. I want to expand things. But I'm best off just leaving the flat walls. I am gonna make this like so. So this is a bit more open. I do need to reduce the size of this though, significantly. Might just close this off entirely. This is 6 already. This is a little blip. We might just reduce by 2 more, just to make it even. That's not gonna hurt. Okay. Because now this is still 1,000, so that's fine. Travel reasons. So I do feel like I want to do that. And open this up, because that's not gonna do anything bad if I do. That's fine. This is still 14, which is technically too big. I can come up with that, with something like that. With that later. If I want to go here, I want to go there. I need somewhere to go instead of going round. Which is fine, because I can just go there. And when am I going here? When I'm going here, here, and up. And back over there, so I can loop. Yeah, it's fine. $800. Go. That loops back. Gives me a chance to do something here. Or take the corner. Catch someone here, go there. Or go here. And go back up. It's either down or up, so this becomes up. And let's halve that, so 12, let's say 2,200. Make it this. all the outside. And then we want to go up, but we can only go, let's say, here. Oh, that might be interesting. That might be interesting. Break this open. That's 900. Let's all right, let's make it 1,000. And then I have to reduce this one by 1. Thousands, 800. Break you open. Yeah, that's not too far. We can do that. And oh. Interesting. Just so happens. Simple maps. Somebody tell me I failed. Howdy ho, streamerinos. Yes, indeed. The full 7 of you. Thanks for watching, by the way. If you're not watching the VOD, I should do a streamer highlights thing. So, LJ, I was gonna make a simple map today. I was going to try and boil everything down to its basics. I really wanted to like focus down on combat areas versus travel areas, the different sizes used with that, you know, to prove that the things I wrote down in my theories, well, to give examples of those. I will be taking no further questions. But good news. I'm starting to understand this map. So we've got a rather thin upstairs, right? That drops down. You have a drop down all the way down to the map to the basement. You're gonna say I can't see any depth because there's no textures. And then we have another drop down here that goes to the mid level. So this one goes all the way to the bottom, but does step. You have some mid-stage areas here. Yeah. And then they connect then on the outside as well. That's what I was laughing about, because all 3 of these come out the same area. There you go. Thanks for mentioning the textures. Actually, you know, good thing, because we have been memeing about textures, but we really should put some of those hundreds and thousands of textures we have in the project so I can actually use them. Because right now I have like default glass texture from some leftover Lyra thing. But I'd like that because I think Donkey made like a repository of everything, right? So maybe that repository needs to find its way into the actual development. Because picking and choosing and then manually importing. So yeah, because I know there's a repository. I know Donkey's made a summation of the collections of the assets we do have. And then I might be able to start using them. So we go here, we go here, we go down 1. And then we have the basement, which doesn't really have a function yet. Yeah, I could do that with the refractiveness. Like the glass texture is this one. So like it's refractors. That's one of the default engine ones. By the way, if you hadn't seen yet, I fixed my everything is floaty thing by just swapping out the game modes. That was it. UE things. And by swapping out, I mean going from DM to TDM to DM, and it was fixed. Checkboxes have non-binary options in Unreal Engine. Alright. Back to the cube. So, what were we doing? Maybe I use the splines to connect these. Yeah, it might be some weird thing. Because when I took another map, it was fine. But it might also have been... I suspect that it might be a resource thing at some point. I don't know. It's strange. We will never know. What is this? This is 400. Oh, there you go. There's also a really fun bug that I've been working around since I started, which, so I'm using Cube Grid, as you can very well see. This has got a different texture, right? Because this is an asset. This is the box, as in literally edit box, right? This is the actual asset that it creates from a default cube. And I should probably rename that while we're going. No, other way around. Suggestions. It is I'll call it Spire because I've gotten on a Spire. There we go. And so the error is that if the surface area of the original box, this is the, yeah, this is what Cube Grid makes. It's beautiful, right? If I were to completely delete all vertices of the original asset, so if I were to like grab this entire face and cut out all of the default cube parts, then it would stop showing up on the orthogonal view. It would just be invisible until I took a boolean of it with another default asset. So it was very strange that at one point I was looking at my map and I'm like, why is it invisible? I didn't hide it. That took me a while. That was a nice discovery. So, but the thing is, you just take another created asset like this, like another box like this, and then you boolean it over the old one like a little corner. That's enough to then reset it. Anyway, we were doing important things, everyone. I love it that the 400 did stick here, so I can just see. This is why working on a grid and only cheating slightly is important, because now this is beautifully connected, and I could actually make like a tube or something to connect these two. Don't know what I'm going to do with this one yet. That then curves around here, but that's a nice connection. So I'm not giving this any more height. Is it off by 1? See, this is the kind of things that you just have to let go. I can't be overly OCD about the whole thing. Another 400 here. So this is fine, by the way. So if I were to like place something on top of it, that would be fine. If I were to cut it out, then it would disappear off the orthogonal. Okay. That is great. Now we have to cut this back out. So that's for 1,000. Otherwise this don't work. So there's an intersection here. That's going to be interesting. Okay. And then we have this thing I don't want. Don't know why I'm making such a big area here, because we're definitely not going to make it that big. Probably going to max out at, what is it? Yeah, 12. 12 is definitely going to be the maximum. And then we have 2. Go. My music stopped again. It's just because it's a line of loop. The music you are hearing has been made for Broadside by Wedge. Okay, so this is cute. That's cute. Okay. That, of course, brings with it a little bit of a problem. So we can't do it that way. Oh. Aha. Maybe I do want this to be wide. Why don't I want this to be wide? Because it connects to that part. Yeah. So I do want this to overlap. Yeah, I do want this to be closed. That's fine. So I'm coming in here. I've got a curve thing. I'm going there. And then here, maybe we do extend this to where this is closed off. Hear me out. If I close this off, right, then this goes only here, unless we continue on. Ooh. If we continue on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, maybe 12. Open that back up. You see beautiful terrain. And then this is where that connects. Don't want to make another hole. But that's how far this goes. Yeah, okay. So this then goes up. And then we do open this back up. This connects. And this is big enough for both of us. Just gonna grab this in. And this is a little glitchy thing like that. And we want this to be filled up. A lot of pointless detailing is what sometimes brings the greatest revelations. Not saying that this is great nor a revelation. We're getting somewhere at least. Sometimes you just have to be milling about, not really knowing what the fuck you're doing. And then suddenly, huzzah. Okay, so what we got here now is a very simple map. Fuck's sake. You know, yeah, your pointless details are, well, about 90% of what you do in the project, right? Literally dotting I's. But it's good. You know what? I had a thought, actually, LJ. And the world may know that singular thought I have every month. That probably, with the way you've been handling the merge requests, we are going to be the most, what's the proper word for it? Like, the most structured gaming code the world has ever seen. Following the, God, I'm racking my brain for all the software. I have a book of software engineering. I studied it. I was actually quite good at it. It's one of the only exams I passed with flying colors. Lying around here somewhere as some kind of totem. Yeah. Like proper software engineering. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sold on these half steps. I know they complicate things. Yeah, bring an extra movement when you're trying to do quick things. Fizzbuzz? I don't know what Fizzbuzz is. Don't know the reference. Sorry. Java I do know. I learned a lot of Java. I believe it was one of my Java teachers in college that said, like, bury your dreams of ever doing game design because you're never gonna do that. You're gonna work at a bank. I was like, a little part of my soul died that day. I wonder why I never actually graduated there. Oh god. I'm googling it. First hit is a GitHub. By serious businessmen for serious business purposes. Okay. "11 years ago. A combination of wasteful architecture, astronomy, and legitimate need to divvy up absolutely mammoth line of business application among teams." It reads like a fever dream. That's something like I would have a nightmare about. Okay. We're almost done with the square boxing of whatever the fucking hell this is. Okay. Okay. So it's like the simplest thing done in the most complicated way. Hello world. Why is it the 20 gigabyte download kind of thing? Yeah. So, this is still a featureless hellscape. I don't know what to do here. This is fine. This has some character. This does have a half step, but I'm living with it. It's basically Fizzbuzz is like the opposite of demo programming. right? The try to build 3D graphics into a single megabyte kind of thing. Nice. Sounds like something someone could make a career of supporting. Don't make this. Ah! Doomed. Little crimes. Tiny little crimes. Maybe a little bit. Just that a little bit of leeway, because I think that lines up with nothing. Yeah, great. Good. Maybe I do need like a wall here. To denote the 2 lanes. If you're coming from here, you want that wall. Yeah. Wall optimizations. Woo! Yeah, when I first started getting into coding, which I never truly did, I was enamored by demos. Like I wanted to teach myself how to do that, and I did start. I like downloaded a lot of books for C programming and stuff. But again, like the college I went to was absolutely horrendous, because that was part of the problem, right? I wanted to learn coding, but we were supposed to be like industry drones, and no, you're not gonna make computer games. That's not why you learn code. It's like, at the same time, in Ghent, they started doing a game design course. And I think some of the people who ended up at Larian actually went there, and it sort of overlaps with... So you can see like 2 paths. But yeah. That was kind of sad. Okay, we need to close this off. Yeah. Yeah, so I went to my C teacher with like the demos, and I was like, oh, that's not in the curriculum. It's like, no, I found these books online, and could you assist me? I was like, no. You have to let's stick to the things that are in the curriculum, and try to. Then I'm like staring at like fucking what was it? Fucking looping lists and stuff and pointers. I'm like, because it wasn't C++. We did not get C++. We got C, Java, and ASP.NET. Not even PHP. I didn't know. I was interested, but I didn't know it was that horrendous. Where are you going? You're coming from here, you're going there. That's fine. This is wide, but it is a travel area, so it should be fine. This goes here. And maybe... Maybe we make another hole. Because this is fine. It goes right here. It's like a little micro thing. Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. Then I went into teaching practice. Oh. Yeah. It was funny because we were actually coming to like have this conversation with a lot of people over the years, but we had dedicated HTML by a guy who might as well have been around when it was invented. It was his last year before retirement. And so we had parallel classes teaching us ASP.NET and Java, not JavaScript, mind you, just Java, And then we had a separate, like 2-hour course every week that teaches base HTML. Like literally, all right, so we are going to type a bracket, a little thing. What's it called? The greater than symbol. Oh god, I can't do the, I don't know the English name for it anymore. Help me. The tag, and write HTML, and then the version, and then we're going to type header, and then we are going to type body and footer, and it's like we are there's guys who are earning a living with writing PHP websites in this class. Dear God. Yeah. There's also a written exam, not on the computer. Our database as well. We're using Toad and so SQL with Toad. Had like a little Oracle setup, I think, using Borland as a compiler, which we had to use an emulator for to let it run on then about to hit Vista, I think. Yeah. Corner brackets, there you go. Yeah. So the literally my database exam was on paper, because you might have cheated if you use a computer. Oh god, the early 2000s. Story so bad, the music stopped. Yeah, the things you make the tags with. Ah, dear. Anyway. God. See, this is my problem right here. Because when I look at this, I want to do something like this, right? You want to make a platform. But for this stupid game, I shouldn't. Because then you fuck up so many things. By the way, I don't like you either. Because we were going to make a simple map, remember everyone? We wanted to make a simple map that doesn't impede the newbie brain from exploding. Although that's exactly what we're doing, just with extra steps. Do we still want this half drop? That's what I'm wondering. Is that going to bring us anything? Line of sight blocking, maybe? Yeah. So we were going to make another addition to our chaos here, because if we do this and then go there, we go here, we go there. But if we go up here, we're not really going anywhere. That's fine here, but maybe not here. This is a large empty space though, right? So maybe there's no reason for this to be that wide except for this wall. So we're definitely going to, just gonna close this off, right? It'll all make sense in the end. Yeah, that's fine. It's a bit more narrow. And then again, my brain wants to do something like this. Right? We'll have like 2 areas and then make this a half drop down to somewhere. How stupid is that? Just tell me that's stupid. Somebody please tell me I'm a moron. Cause 'cause that works rather well. Although, for some reason, we're off by 1. It's probably because I made that. Thank you, LJ. Does it make you feel better? I mean, the urge is always there, right? Because this needlessly complicates things. But it is fun. It's 2 rooms and some pipes. I mean, there you go. 'Cause then, oh fuck it. He's lost it. Everybody's lost it. This is big enough. This is it's 500. That's why it's so awful. Yeah. I understand. Because what would then be hilarious, but we're not gonna do that. If we could open this up as well, and then have it come out here, but we're not going to do that. Although that was the thing that I was trying to do, right? I was trying to get this thing to open up to there. So if we take sticks and then do this, and then grab this thing, do we want the barrier? Don't think so. That's 1. I don't even know where I am anymore. Here. That's the part we wanted. Like that. And then close that back up. No. This is the part we want. This is the part we want to close up. This is silly. Very silly. Actually, not that we want this guy. Okay, now we hide the crimes. And just do it that way. Okay. Go. Great. Is there a way to take these blocks and remove all the hidden faces? You're right. Oh, no, you meant like, not that you were seeing faces in the walls, you meant the operational word for 3D modeling. So here's the fun thing. So this is a block out tool. I have to say this as a preface because of what I'm about to show you. The full intent is definitely to break this up and into modules that we can do, right? We have to take this into Blender and remake it, because that's what it looks like right now. Yeah. So it doesn't have hidden faces, but it does triangulate it every single time. So each block is basically added to the mesh. This is a singular mesh. And if I make the minor adjustments or use the wrong block size, then it does wonderful things. So it's a bit of a mess. But that's why it's a blockout tool. So it looks perfectly innocent, but it isn't. So ideally I would use every correct step, and I wouldn't use the 100 block thing, and I would just use the steps every single time, but you'd go insane, right? Still don't know why Discord keeps blocking my damn... Like... Where is that sitting? Attenuation, no. Audio system. No, I still can't find where the setting is. Oh. So yeah. That's fine. So now I have this. Again, featureless walls. We're gonna have so many featureless walls. It's gonna be amazing. Okay. I don't know if this was the map I intended to make. That's usually always the case, right? So we have this area is a bit more complex. That's upstairs, then you drop down. There's still a featureless area here, and there's still a featureless area here. And they interconnect somewhat. I have some 400 things to do. So I am going to break this up. So I'm going to break this up into an inner one and an outer one. So which are the barriers? So I'm going in from here. I think I'm going to draw a line here for a moment. Let's give it wide enough berth here. This is one of the drop downs. And you want to gain some speed. Nope. 400 here. Maybe halfway there. That's fine, a little bit offset here as well. You jump down, you go in here. That's fine. So this is cordoned off a little bit. I will be doing the same with this. Because then we make a corner into that. So grab 400. 1, 2, 3. That's 6. That's 12 again, right? Yeah. So then you can scoot here. You can scoot there. Here, however, you are faced with a flat wall. So coming off this, coming off this. So I need something here for redirection. So I need corner. I need something to jump off of. So we have 12. We have 12. Yeah. So 600 here. Oop. Did I ruin something? Yeah, I made a box. Yeah. Go on. Sometimes we make these things. Okay. So, if I'm going off at this wall, then probably 400 will be enough for me. I have 600 to work with, so we do one there. So that's a deflection wall that we can use, or we can use the inner one. We can also use this off of this wall to jump into the corner. That's fine. Okay. This is where the fucking nitty-gritty starts. Like, now I have potential routes. And now you have to map them. Ugh. Yeah, Discord keeps pausing my sound. I don't know why. It has like a red thing, and your mic has been transmitting voice settings. Yeah. If you're transmitting your mic in voice chat for 30 seconds while Spotify is playing, Spotify will stop playing and you'll get this error. This other pause error may also appear when using following features. Try using push to talk or adjust your voice activity sensitivity so that your mic is not activating while you listen. But I'm using headphones, so it's just an error, right? With no solution. Fantastic. Hello. Back to our scheduled programming. Okay, so deflect over here. Go here. It's a little thin. Maybe we blaspheme some? I think we're going to blaspheme a little bit. Oh, I'm in the wall again. Yeah, that's another thing. Holy fuck, how many times? Like, I'll probably not do it again, but like, if I'm here and I'm like, click, 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 why is cube grid broken? I'm using streamer modes. I'm not, but I'm also in the voice channel, so if anyone wants to chat on the or come on the stream from the team, that they can, because I'm inclusive like that. It's Spotify. If I speak for a period of 30 seconds, which oftentimes happens, then it pauses my Spotify. Yeah. So you're click, click, click. Oh my god, I can't. Cube grid is broken. Oh, wait. I'm inside the wall. Yeah, great. Fun joke, yes. No, that's not what we want to do. I want to do one. No. No, 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 no. Actually, instead, I want to do the opposite. I want to grab one of these. I want to make this 300, so we have a little bit more leeway into the deflection. That's good. Here, maybe we want to do the same. Maybe we grab this. This is already 400, but let's add 2 more. Grab a 400 here, and then deflect off of this, right? And this should be a curve. And then we go here. Okay. So we want to make a little inlet here on the basis of this. Oh, fuck. Nee. There we go. So, and then we make it 12, maybe yes, maybe no, and make it 4, 8. That's not 4, 8, that's 4. That's fucking hell. There you go. And this is fine for this because it does open up a little bit. I should be fine because we're not doing... See, the thing is as well, currently I'm using flat ground. I'd really like to have more variation. But that also complicates the map. So I'm in two moods about that right now. I think I'm gonna let off for now. So 4. That's 4 here as well. And that's as deep as we need to go. So now we have this. Might be too shallow. Might actually be too shallow. I need to test. That's gonna be awkward. Have I'm pressing the lion. Okay. Yeah. I need to offset it. That needs to happen over... It needs to start here, not end there. That's fine. Right. Was I selected? So it needs to start there. This this is where the bump needs to start, so 400. Oh, that'll work. And then the same thing there. Boink. And then into that. And there. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Where did I end up? I'm lost, help me. Oh no. Map maker gets lost in his own map. So I'm thinking this. Because no, I want to go like that. I want to go like that. I don't want to ever just go straight like that, because then I'm literally in the biggest... Ah, look at that view, eh? Nice to have a view now and again. Yes, LJ, I realize. It's because of the textures, really. If it were textured, it would be fine. I'll have to retroactively invent a different goal to the creation of this map. Actually, it's not that hard. You know, you just need to... There's the connectors that Because this is a simple room. Look, it's got one pillar. It's got an exit, 2 exits, 3 exits. That 4. The surface area is simple. This is a travel node here, which is a little bigger, right? Trying to keep with the my own lessons, but the rules I made myself. Going to try and keep those. Honestly, this entire area I know what would fit here. The only issue is that I would have to do it here as well, and there's nothing there for that. The sad part is this is a nice little chasm. Travel up it. The intent would be to go there and pick your side. Slow down. Probably want to like slant this entire thing. You then hit your face into that. That would be sad. And then curve a corner around that, and then grab this. And you can actually, yeah. Again, this should connect there. I should make this bigger. Yeah, there's no reason not to. I think I made it smaller earlier, but doesn't make sense. Because you're trying to go fast, right? So we just add one here. Yeah, that's fine. And have it open up, because you're in the travel area. Grab this, go here. This still a bit problematic. We can maybe soften that up. I'm gonna remove it for now. See where we end up with that. That is fine. That can be a corner. Right into here. This is a thin wall, but we don't necessarily mind those, do we? And then we have a jump through. Oh yeah, I like that actually. This goes there. That goes all the way down here. Okay. Less is more. It's basically like Michelangelo, right? You start with a solid block of cube grids and you remove from it all pieces and release the angel inside. Yeah. He says, without an ounce of hubris. This is fun. Hello, PA mapping. Ah, you also were you attracted by the stream title, sir? We are in fact grey boxing our hearts out. So I've done that. Why? I don't like the half step here, but I kind of need it. So honestly, I might even make it worse. Might actually make it worse. Because I have restrained myself quite some time now. So this is 2006. That's gigantic. I need to put things in this space. So 2.6, and I knew that was gonna happen. I was fully aware of it. That I would run out of map on this level. I was fully aware of it. Yeah, sure. One would do it. That all spaces need to be filled? No, that's the thing. If the space, like this area, is the size of a T3 map, so I need to either reduce the space or have line of sight blockers inside of it, right? Because otherwise heavies will rule. So there's a little bit of a consideration of balance already, but that's fine. If I just reduce the size of the space, then we're fine. Yeah, it's it's basically like, oh, but I mean, we could play around with that. We could make like a kill floor here. Thing is, because this is the newbie level, right? So this is the part where if you're bad at the game, this is where you'll end up. So just having it fall into nothingness. And just have like, I don't know. Have this. It's like, you'll be fine as long as you're on the walls. It's something to consider. Definitely something to consider. Different kind of noob. Yeah, this is more of a noob, again, a noob receptacle, right? It's the actual opposite of a noob trench, because the noob trenches facilitate the newbies. This one gathers them for easy slaughter. So. Yeah. We can't really do it, can we? Can I do it, Captain? Can I do it? I'll close it up for now. See how spicy we feel in the future. There we go. So, because what is relevant here? We have a giant hall here that we can move around in. We are going that way. We are going that way. This way, nobody's going. So we can significantly reduce the surface here. 1, 2. That's fine. Again, the travel areas are meant to be larger, but we do want some deflection to over yonder, yeah? So we can do this. This is fine. This doesn't do anything except for perception. The perception is that there's a corner here. That is cool. I want to keep that, but does it matter for down there? Yes, because again, perceptiveness, if you are on this wall, you want to be able to jump over there. So I can't close the whole thing, but I can close this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, when we are going over yonder, we do 400, and we do 400. So if we're on this wall, we can double jump on this. Is that enough? Yeah. It's scary how often my neurons will be activated about I know this place. Because you're using very simple tools on a grid to achieve similar goals, right? And that's the point of where, like, because did you see that video that was posted in the mapping channel about the like the TED talk there, the GDC thing, like using campgrounds as the holy grail, and it's like, my dude, it falls apart really quickly, except for maybe Clan Arena. But it is played. I mean, he's got points, but my issue with that talk was he presents great maps in history and the difference between casual friendly and competitively friendly maps, which is like very much my wheelhouse. Yeah, so he worked on Paladins. And the thing is, like, I'm not trying to be arrogant here, but I think we did those conversations on the higher res forums back in TA, right? The casual versus competitive rants that I did and the fucking manifestos that I wrote for them. Holy crap. But then you present like holy grail maps that have both, like Dust 2, which is no longer played competitively because it falls apart at a high level. Campgrounds falls apart at a high level. And you're like, oh, we don't know how this came about. Like, you quote Longest Yard and Facing Worlds. Facing Worlds was played competitively, but also, again, like, mostly... Like, sometimes StarCraft would play Lost Temple for shits and giggles because these maps have their own developed meta and they're, like, broken at so many levels. But Campgrounds, for me, was an okay map. It was played a lot. But it had these quirks that you had to know. Bridge to Rail is like the most famous example. And if your map has a bridge to rail, Lost Temple has Turbo Newbie, which is where you would rush air, put tanks on top of the, only for Terran, or sometimes Zerg, sometimes Protoss, but put shit on the giant cliff in front of the guy's natural expansion so he won't be able to expand. Those are like intricacies. Then Dust has so many things that you have to know on Dust. Like, just the simplest example would be the doors, right? You don't pass that doors because you sit there with the sniper and get people off spawn. Bunch of nades as well. Has such minutia around the map that a casual player can learn those minutia and be better than everyone else, even good players, because they know the trick, right? Turbo newbies would beat many people on Lost Temple in StarCraft because of that, because you just couldn't expand if you didn't act quick enough. That was enough to take the whole game. And bridge to rail is a thing in campgrounds. The run, the outer route you can run. Yeah. So for me, you have to prevent your map having those broken elements. But is it then still casually friendly? Because there's like a momentary overlap between the casual and the competitive, where the casual starts learning those little tricks. And it's not an easy thing. And that's kind of what we're doing here. Trying to figure out what is too much. And this clearly is. I'll start clicking the lion more. Okay. Yeah. Easy enough. Maybe a little slow, but still. Ah! I fail at my own game. There we go. That works. This goes somewhere, that goes somewhere. And then we do things. Then here. That goes there. Then I have no jets anymore. I fail horribly. Yeah. See, I love the fact that even with the square corners, again, it just makes it harder, right? But you can definitely like navigate this. You don't have to. It's a lot harder. Is it okay that this doesn't have like a see-through? Should I open this up so it is clearer to see and then cap it off here? Because I feel like the line of sight blocking is going to be so important though. Like, you duck down here. Wow. Yeah, ready to dive down in another one. Yeah. I'm still, man, the press forward, the jet forward thing, it's still messing with me. It's incredible. Okay, so if I'm here, I'm actually, so that's interesting as well, because this is a nice vantage point, but you are in a travel area. So you're basically on the highway, standing on the corner. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. Ah. And then here we are in the pit, see? We are in the pit. So that's happening. Maybe I want something for this area. Probably this is a deflect. This does not have a deflect. Doesn't need one. Because these areas are big. These areas are very big, very long. Okay. Pause the fucking game. Oh. Oh no, it's the open sky. Whoops. Ah, yes. This is actually a very clean piece still. Ah, shit. Alright. We shall expand the cube. 1, 2. We do it. 5, 3 for measure. 3 for good measure. There we are. here. So we want 400, this, and then here. That. Boom. Oh yeah, that works very well. How simple it is. Maybe I should cut this out. That's a problem. Or at least make it a deflection rather than a curve. This, I mean, I can make it, but that's timing. Yeah. You can just deflect off of it, that would be fun. And then we can curve around here. Yep, okay. And that is fine. Doing this already is fine. Okay, so now this is still large and featureless. Doesn't matter. I think it does. See, this already breaks up the large space here, right? Probably want to help out the newbies a little bit. So if this is a deflection, maybe we just split this. Right. And that solves already a lot of problems. That's still in line. It's not in line with this, but yeah, no, that's not good. Rather this way. Oh, shit. There we go. Doesn't have to be centered, it just needs to be logical here. And there. And there. There we go. Probably need to do something similar here. For now. Grab this. Let's see, this is So that's 13, so we'll take 10. Thousand and 1,000, that's perfect. And then 6 and 6. Oh. Again! No. Idiot. Simple things for simple map. Simple, easy map. Makes sense that way. And we'll... yeah, I'll just 2. Might have to make it too big. So the pillars, they are not trivial. Okay. Is this... It's an extremely large map. I should start smaller next time. Honestly, it would be funnier. If I did this. Yeah, it would be. Okay. $18 by 14. 18. 9. Let's take 6. And then 14, 7. So let's take 6 again. Yeah. Maybe. Or, yeah. That would be funnier. I'm a little sad I can't do the Quake thing here. I think I'll have to settle for just making corners. Two here. Damn it. This bothers me. I have to do a little bit of quakiness. I have to do a little bit of quake. That little lip is probably going to be irrelevant, but I have to do it. Too many straight corners. It does not abide. Except like, everything in my brain is screaming me to do this. It is so beautifully pointless. Like you go here, you almost always want to go there. You almost never want to go here again, right? But it... like... I'm literally fighting against the rules that I've written for this thing. Like, I really like to make like an area here. And just expand it a little bit. Makes sense too! And just go here, and then you go here. But it limits the movement. Fuck it, I'm keeping it. I'll put some pickups here. That's the thing, like we need areas for pickups, right? Like this thing. Yeah, it's a pickup thing. It's fine. But I want to keep all of this monolithic for now, but sometimes the urges. Don't think LJ saw, it's fine. You can get away with the primes. See with this, that is problematic though. I don't like that. I don't like that. We can't do that. So it has to be 2. A corner of 2 then. Is less optimal. More difficult to use as a deflection, for instance, but I don't know if you are ever going to. Maybe from here. At that point, it's just decoration. Yeah, we can get away with this. No, we can't actually, but that's the same problem. Alright. Still want them. But again, this is more aesthetic. It's fine. It's fun. 4. I think I'm gonna make it 6. Yeah. Think of the fatties. 4 poor fatties. Yeah, definitely want. That's not high enough. The irony. This is the biggest drop we have. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Square. Can I make this maybe 1 bigger? For no reason. Cheating a little bit. We use 2. That is not good. Because that's a potential snag. So we have to do it this way. And let's do something very stupid. It's as far as it gets. Can really only do one side, not bollocksing it up. So we'll see what makes most sense in that side. Alright. Gonna probably have to go soon because I have somewhere to be later on. Might do some more streaming tomorrow, depending on, because I do also have a D&D session to prep. Not one I live stream, the other one I do, but there's a wonderful little happenstance that my UPS decided to freak out in the middle of the session, and then because of that my computer failed. All of my settings for my audio, because I had to unplug everything, were reset as well. Good times. Still want Skyjack in Broadside. Oh, yeah, no. I think, honestly, on the point of laziness, I'd like to have as many as bases in the air as we can. Simply because it's easier to do, you don't have to frig around with the terrain underneath. And it sort of is in the brand name, right? So... Alright, man. Thanks for hanging out, by the way. Most loyal of the developers who are awake in the EU times. Well, you're always awake, so I don't think you actually sleep, do you? Yeah, tomorrow I might do a short... Thing is, what I'm gonna do is not worry about the streaming thing and just turn on my stream when I'm working on Broadside. I think that's what's... Alright, man. I'm just... Because the thing is, right now, I need to start curving, right, to get a first pass of this. You're going for a nap now? Okay, great. What freaking time zone are you in right now? Bangladesh? Like, where are you drifting to? Is this more important? All of them? Yeah. Well, good luck with that. Let's see around, man. Oh, look, see, this is the thing, like, original cube is getting smaller and smaller. There we go. Yeah, because the next thing I need to do is start curving up the corners, which is going to take quite a while to make it playable, and then suddenly it becomes an entirely different, like, then it becomes playable, right? So I don't think I'm going to complete all of that today. And I did some stuff on off stream as well, that's why I was a little later, because I had to figure out why my movement was bugged, and I did figure that out, so that's great. Yeah, I think I've done most of the deflection corners now. These guys, but yeah, all this. I'll allow that to live by straight corners of evil. Yeah, I do want to, maybe I do want to deflect off of this one day. It's only one. That's fine. Alright. There's still problems. Like, this is still... I mean, I don't know how big of a problem this gigantic wall is going to be, because it is 12, which, if I'm not mistaken... If I'm not mistaken, there we go. I can't actually get across. If I'm on here, press the ski button when you do so, thank you. Right, so we're here, and I mean, that's not really it, is it? So I'd have to use jetpack. And even then, it is quite the journey. So maybe I should condense this even further. Maybe 800. And then open it up here again. Yeah. Ah, well. Yeah. Pressing forwards still... it puts all of the direction of the jet forward. And no lift. That's a current placeholder thing for another... Not quite used to it. The speed's there if you want. It's a bit shitty. That little nook I made, I'm still glad about it. Yeah. Another jet. Yeah. Can do it. No. Alright. This is maybe problematic. Yeah, alright. You know what? Last couple of minutes. I haven't actually skied a lot on this terrain since the new physics came in. This is what we like to call a big map. But it goes a little up and down. I've got a better version of it now. And it was basically flattened out for vehicle use. Spoilers, we're gonna give you vehicles. Still holds up, I mean, maybe a bit pedestrian, but it's nice. That's definitely what I'm going for, Man the Divine. And that's a funny thing, like, this is the same fit. Oh. Hello. Armory crate, thank you for that message. Fuck off. Actually nearing the edge. Look at that. Oh, missed the jump. Yeah, so this is the same movement than what we're using indoors. When left unchecked, will make you go quite fast and quite far. So that's the trick of getting that sort of movement indoors as well. Don't know, I'm gonna make it. Yeah, this is a big hill. I'll come down there. And suddenly there's this big open flat area. I love that. Yeah, we actually have a better one. This one's the old stock one. We have a VFX guy working on one now, and he's already completed some of the new effects. So you shall be amazed even more. Yeah, but I love these messes. That's kind of why this the thing I try to do is like have flat surfaces, but have them on top of the hills as well, right? So they aren't always a spiky top. That was the point of this. A false flat, if you will. Yeah, actually we're thinking about, because when you're doing that you're not really participating in the group effort, but we're trying to think of some systems and some ways that even that little duel out there is gonna matter, right? Alright, the area where I've skied is about a quarter of the map. Because I went out, the bases are all in the middle. Ooh, the fog is a little thicker here. So now I return to where I was. That was like, yeah, about a quarter of what this map is. Yeah. And this is why development is slow on Broadside. Because half the time we're just doing that. Anyway. Yep. Alright, definitely going to end it there. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Oh, got a message. Ah. I need to help someone who wants to also make maps in our team, because he couldn't open an R16. So, I'll work on that. Thanks for watching, everyone. And yeah, again, I plan on throwing up the stream every time I'm working on Broadside, and not worry too much about the fact that I'm streaming, because yeah, this last week I didn't stream as much as I wanted to, because simply put, I was coming home to sleep and that was about it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we are continuing development. Hopefully next time I might, well, next week or so, there might, those new sound effects and special effects might be in the game. All right, so thanks for watching, and GG's. See you on the next stream. Bye-byes. I have splash screen. Oh, how professional.